Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy Mike D, aka DDEA, the aka 13th Wonder of the World, and I'm back with the point of view, ladies and gentlemen. Was on hiatus for a little while, but I'm back with the point of view. I know people been asking me where the point of view been. Well, I'm back, and I'm trying not to go nowhere, but I'm gonna be back for y'all guys. So, how y'all doing? It's great to see and hear from you guys on the point of view on this Sunday night. Happy Sunday to everybody. I know a lot of people are not happy in the world of the Dallas Cowboys, and I'll get to them in a minute. Shout out to the Point Place family, Bobby Reezy. Go out there and get that Loaded Love album by my boy Bobby Reezy. Starter kit's gonna start getting worked on very soon. Shout out to M Breezy. Shout out to Naya. Shout out to my sister. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for joining me on the point of view. Man, I'm just going to talk about what I see today from last night's pay-per-view of TNA Hard to Kill. Then I'm going to go on football. I'm not going to talk about basketball tonight because the Lakers are making me upset with them because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let me talk about something first. And I want to talk about TNA Impact Wrestling. Now that they're back with TNA as the forerunner, which is the logo now, we see now that they put some important pieces in. Ladies and gentlemen, Dolph Ziggler, who used to be in WWE, who was in WWE for like 20 years, has signed with Impact Wrestling. I don't know if it's a multi-year deal or not. But for right now, TNA is coming up a little bit. And let me say this too also, folks. TNA is working with WWE. A lot of people don't understand that, but WWE and TNA are working with each other. As well as Mustafa Ali is now in New Japan Wrestling. AEW has got to get Shelton Benjamin. Because if they don't get him, then the pool of all the guys that they had out the talent is not working. It's not going to work for them. Shelton Benjamin is the next move that AEW needs to pick him up. Because Dolph Ziggler's with TNA, Dana Brooke, who looks like Toni Storm, look like she had the Toni Storm character, she's also in Impact Wrestling. As Naomi leaves to come back to WWE, they bring in Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is going to fit the bill for what they're trying to do in TNA. Watch what I tell you. Congratulations to Moose for becoming the TNA World Champion again. Alex Shelley had a great run as the champion. They rewarded him, and now it's time for Moose to now have it. I don't even know if Moose is going to have it that long. It looked like it's going to be Ziggler versus Moose for the title. We'll see where that goes. Jordan Grace was the only, logic move for TNA to put the belt back on her because Deonna Purrazzo is now in AEW. You couldn't use her anymore. She signed with AEW. So now you need to figure out Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is going to fit the bill for whoever she takes on in the business because she's going to be unstoppable as the champion again. And that's just a part of what I'm saying about, what I saw on AEW, on TNA at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't talk about this Wednesday, but I'm talking about it now. Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks. Do the Young Bucks beat Sting and Darby? Possibly. But I read somewhere where Jim Ross, the great legendary good old JR, WWE Hall of Famer, said this. He said, why not let Sting have the moment undefeated? There's a possibility that Sting might lose his last match to the Young Bucks. He might get pinned. But there's also a possibility that Sting might just ride off in the wind and become, the undefeated man to leave the business. AEW has taken care of Sting. They didn't have Sting out there every week wrestling. They had Sting in great matches. A great match they had this week against the Callis family. I thought it was a great match with those guys. Sting diving off of tables. And I don't want him keep doing that because he's 65 years old. And he should not be doing that at 65. But I'm here to tell you that God's taking care of Sting. And he's helping Sting to keep it going. So I'm proud to see Sting doing what he does. Shout out to the Stinger. I'm talking about the wrestling tip, but this is just a short podcast. But I want to talk about the NFL now. Last night, the Dolphins got beat by the Chiefs. The Browns got beat by the Texans. C.J. Stroud has proven to everybody that he deserves to play in the NFL, as well as Jordan Love. And I'll get on Jordan Love in a minute. But I'm here to tell you guys this. C.J. Stroud is the Rookie of the Year. No doubt about it. Lamar Jackson is the MVP of the league. C.J. Stroud is the Rookie of the Year. The Miami Dolphins are just talk because they still haven't gotten where they need to be. They one of the most talented teams in the NFL, and they couldn't get the job done. We'll see what Josh Allen does tomorrow. Dak Prescott laid an egg again. This time, it wasn't San Francisco that put him out. This time, it was Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers have also beaten Dallas in the playoffs. I don't know what's going on with Dallas, but I will say this. They are not caked up like people think that they are. You beat the Eagles to have a high pick and have a home game in the playoffs, and you guys go in there and you stink up the joint to a guy by the name of Jordan Love. And I told you this, guys, before the season started, that Jordan Love was going to be something serious. And if he does not win anything else, he, along with Brock Purdy, along with Aaron Rodgers, along with Jimmy G, has killed Dallas in the playoffs. Mike McCarthy, who won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers, is possibly going to be fired. There is nothing else you can do with this team, but they're fired. Dak Prescott threw 2 pick six. 2 pick six. He cost the team 13 points. Well, 14. And I know that everybody's not going to want to talk about it now because the Dallas lovers are not going to talk about it. They're mad right now. They have busted up a lot of parlays today as well. But I'm telling you, the Eagles now have the opportunity. Because if the Eagles win tomorrow, which I think that they can beat Tampa Bay if they play the game right, then the Eagles, and no doubt about it, is going to be the Eagles and the 49ers playing to come out of the NFC. Dallas has gone home again. They're America's team. Not in my book. Not in my book. Until they tie the Patriots and until they tie the Pittsburgh Steelers, who all have 6 championships, along with the New England Patriots. The Dallas Cowboys does not have that. They're stuck at 5. They still have not won a championship and have not gotten to the Super Bowl in 30 years. There's no explaining this now. There is no excuse for them doing what they did tonight. They stunk up the joint. First Take's going to have a field day with this tomorrow, as well as Undisputed, because Skip Bayless is not going to want to talk to anybody about this. Keyshawn Johnson's going to have a field day with this. Bubba Dub is probably upset right now. He's probably making a video about the Cowboys losing. Country Wayne, who used to have, he would always post something every time the Cowboys would win. He's probably not going to post about this because the Cowboys just made everybody look like fools. So I'm telling you guys this while I'm telling you. There's no explanation for this. The Dallas Cowboys lost and they stunk up the joint. And they stunk it up to a point where they are not going to the Super Bowl. Jerry Jones, and they're going to have a conversation about this because they're going to have to figure out what it is they need to do. My God, you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, great regular season. But your postseason is trash. Bubba Dub. Postseason is trash. Bubba Dub. I am telling you, man, the Dallas Cowboys are once again on the outside looking in. The Eagles now have a chance to go head on and win this game tomorrow. Because you know they were watching this and Jalen Hurts and them are looking like, man, Jordan Love did this to them. Brock Purdy did it to him last year. Jimmy G did it to him the year before. Aaron Rodgers did it to him with the Dez Bryant catch situation. The Cowboys cannot. One year the LA Rams did it to them. If you go back to all the time the Cowboys been in the playoffs for the last 5 years, you've seen every year they have gotten to a division round game in the playoffs and they've lost. You losing the wild card, and you were the favorites to get to the Super Bowl along with the 49ers, and now you're out. That's tough. That's humiliating, man. But I think, the Lions will probably beat the Rams because it's the matchup between, Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. When they got traded for each other, Matthew Stafford benefited off of that by winning the Super Bowl that year. Thing about it is that Jared Goff, when he was with the Rams, they went to the Super Bowl when Brady and them won their last Super Bowl in New England. And, Jared Goff has that on the back of his mind that they traded him and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So we'll see where that head space is with him as well. But back to, what we're looking at, the Dallas Cowboys are not going to win the Super Bowl this year. They're not even going. And I know that a lot of people right now thought that they were going, but they're not going. They don't have it. Congratulations to Jordan Love for getting Green Bay to a Super Bowl, even if they don't make it anymore. But they have a chance now to get to the Super Bowl. They go on to the next round while Dallas goes home. C.J. Stroud as well. They're not expecting the Texans to go to the Super Bowl, but I think C.J. Stroud has done enough for the Texans to turn that franchise around for what Deshaun had did with them and how he had embarrassed the city of Houston. But now you look at this and now you say, who's up next? Well, I'll tell you like this here. Baltimore, I think it's still going to be Baltimore versus the 49ers. The Eagles could be back in the mix. I think the Eagles can possibly beat the 49ers if everybody's on tune or whatever. The Lions have a chance. Kansas City is still in the mix. You can't bet against Patrick Mahomes, but I don't think they're going to make it this year. Um, the Texans are also in there as well. We're going to see what happens tomorrow night with Pittsburgh versus Buffalo. Buffalo should win that game because Josh Allen has no excuse. Stephon Diggs have no excuse. Dawson Knox and those guys have no excuse to go out there and try to beat up the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how it is. I'm calling it how it is, guys. It's just what I see happening. The Eagles and the Buccaneers. Baker is a guy that has got playoff experience. But the thing about it, folks, is can Jalen Hurts and them over-channel what Tampa Bay's doing? Because, you know, they've got guys on that team that has won Super Bowls. Godwin, the wide receiver, Cade Otton and those boys. They are there for a reason. Tampa Bay knows how to get them, and it's just the way that it is, man. You gotta think about Tampa Bay still have Super Bowl guys on that team that when they had Brady there, they were able to win a Super Bowl. Philadelphia has got to think about that. And I'm hoping that the Eagles get their minds right and stick it to Dallas. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, this is just me talking. Point of View will be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, with the recaps on wrestling as well as the recap on the Lions and the Rams game as well. But until then, God bless you. God keep you. Have a good night. I am Mike D, a.k.a. DDE. The Point of View is back. God bless you. God keep you. Have a good night. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to talk about something else too as well. I forgot to talk about it, but I'll give a few minutes about it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Wade will be getting a statue in Miami. Congratulations to D. Wade. For those of you that don't know, Dwayne Wade was a three-time NBA champion with the Miami Heat. Back in 2006, he was the first of Chris Bosh, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony draft class of 03, which was, in my book, one of the greatest draft classes of all in the NBA. He was the first to win a championship out that group. Then LeBron, of course, and Bosh won with them when they were the big three in Miami. But Dwayne Wade is one of the greatest Miami Heat players of all time. He will be getting his jersey retired in Miami, as well as he will be a part of the Hall of Fame as well. I think he's going to go in as a two-time Hall of Famer because I think the class of the Redeem Team of 2008 is also supposed to be going into the Hall of Fame as well. So if that's the case, then that means Dwayne Wade will get two inductions in the Hall of Fame. And shout out to D. Wade for that, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves it. He was, very, very instrumental with Miami. He did a lot for the Heat organization. He was great with them, with the Heat organization. And so for that, I give him his flowers. Congratulations to the great Miami legend D. Wade, Dwayne Wade. Like I said, he's a former three-time NBA champion. Also, I think he won 2 gold medals as well. I think he won a gold medal. I think he only won 1 gold medal, if I'm not mistaken. One of the greatest 75 players in NBA history. Dwayne Wade deserves his flowers. Shout out to D Wade. He will be getting a statue, jersey, hang up, and everything like that in Miami. And also shout out to the legendary Shaquille O'Neal as well. The Orlando Magic will be retiring his jersey soon. I thought they already had did it, but they never did. But now they're gonna hang his jersey up. Congratulations to Shaq. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls ring of ceremony was very interesting. Congratulations to everybody that was a part of that ring ceremony. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan didn't show up. They're still beefing, of course. They booed Jerry Krause's wife, which they shouldn't have done that. That was very terrible for them to do that. I understand why they did that, because of how Krause did treat the Bulls organization. He was very, very, eager to get rid of Jordan and Pippen if he could, but it didn't work that way. But he still was a part of history by, going for the ride with the Bulls. So I don't know what that was all about, but congratulations to everybody that's being inducted in something in sports, history as well. But I just wanted to, announce that and let everybody know that I was still watching sports, listening to it as well. Congratulations to Gerard Mayo. He is our new New England Patriots new coach. I wish we would have went with Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel, but we got Gerard Mayo. And I'm hoping that we get Russell Wilson as a quarterback or get McCarthy now, who's, Malik Neighbors or Jalen Daniels, one of those guys, in the draft. We need a high pick. We need a quarterback. If we don't get a quarterback, we need a wide receiver. So I hope we can get Malik Neighbors or somebody like that to come with us in this situation as the Patriots start to rebuild. I don't think we're gonna be bad this coming season. We might be 8-8. I'm hoping that we can be back in the hunt for a playoff. That's what I want to happen. But we'll see what happens as the season starts to unfold. The great Bill Belichick leaves New England. He probably will end up going somewhere else, but Bill Belichick, you can't say too much bad about him. Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's like a Phil Jackson, like a Bill Cowher, like a Greg Popovich, like a Phil Jackson, like a Greg Popovich type coach that was able, Red Auerbach, coaches like that were able to coach dynasties, and do what you need to do to win. So that's what I think about, Bill Belichick. He was my coach as well, because Tom Brady won 6 championships in 10 tries or something like that. And it is what it is, but it's time for Bill to go out, as well as Nick Saban. Nick Saban went out, but Alabama won like 6 championships. Also, guys got to remember this. Nick Saban also won championships for LSU as well. So, coach championships for LSU. So, those guys are all up there. I think Bill Belichick will be in the Hall of Fame, if they ever put him in there. So, we'll see what happens now. As we, go further on later on this year, talking about sports, getting situated again for NFL as well as college football as well. NBA now going strong. LeBron James is the number one All-Star vote getter right now, and it's going to happen each year until he retires. People are going to want to see LeBron play. Even if he plays 2 minutes and sits down, people are going to want to see him keep playing. And that's just what that is right now. The There was some trades in the NBA, and I'll get on those some other time. But I just wanted to have a little small recap about things. But, you know, God bless you. God keep you. I'm out.